Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We finally did it. We reached my goal. There are 103 people in the chat room and 97 people watching on YouTube, which means we have 200 viewers, which was my goal for this week, 200 viewers. We've never had 200 viewers before, ever. So this is a landmark for us. This is a landmark day. I appreciate your support very, very much. For those of you who are new to us, we don't screen calls. This is a low-budget operation. I can see the callers up on my call list. I know where they're calling from. And then, there's a little kind of informational box underneath their name. It might say pain in the hips or thyroid issues or whatever. So we don't screen the calls. I have no idea what people are going to say. We don't solicit testimonials. We don't solicit anything. We just answer the phone and talk to people about, their health issues. That's how we roll here. Very happy to be talking to Gabriel from Orlando. Former pastor, maybe soon again to be an employed pastor again, if his health continues to improve in the manner in which it is. So I'm going to pull him back up, and he can continue testifying about his remarkable experience with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Pastor Gabriel, you are back.
Not if, when my health gets up.
Well, all right. So, we're already halfway there. So your wife screams in the middle of, wakes up in the morning because your legs no longer look like elephants.
No, they look like two normal people's legs at 400 pounds. By the way, instead of 454, I'm 20 pounds lighter today. Yeah. I'm not out of control. I can't believe it. I'm not even on the A staff. I can't believe I'm not sitting around thinking about food all day. I am totally satisfied in my brain, in my stomach.
That's crazy.
Also, that finger I told you about, I'm turning my steering wheel with it. I'm opening up the jars now. My back, the pain that was in my back, hips, and legs. I got up this morning, and I was going out the garage door. She said, "Where you going?" I said, "I just want to walk down the driveway." Took a walk down the block for the first time, and I don't know when. I can't go to the grocery store. I haven't walked in a grocery store, haven't walked in a mall. I get out of my car, and wherever we go, they drop me off at the door, and I pray that I can get inside before I fall out. But today, I strolled down the middle of my street.
I wish I had a picture of that.
When I no pain, if I still can't bend it all the way, none of that excruciating pain in my shoulder. And so I'm just ecstatic. I am 90 for life. I'm going to be a preacher of 90 for life. Yeah. I want all of your listeners to know that you are the real deal, Holyfield. Dr. Wallach is the man, and I am going to preach. Dr. Wallach, Dr. Glidden, is not a day gone by that I have not sung your name. Matter of fact, what you don't know, I have the nerve to have a local radio show here on the Gospel Channel, which is called Living Healthy with Pastor G. That's my radio name. Darren, I talked about Darren this past week. I had my radio listeners pray for him because since I can't be under him, I want his sales to go off the roof. So I asked my entire listening audience, maybe not big as yours, but I've got about 30,000 listeners here in the Orlando area, plus that's on the internet also. You are going to be hearing about 90 for life. Now, what I did Tuesday, because I felt so good, what you don't know is I was a #1 distributor in another company before. I distributed for 2 other companies. I told my wife, I don't need the other stuff. You don't have to order none of that for me. Right there. So I stopped in midstream on my radio show, and I said, look, I don't know what I can say, how I can say, but this is what I'm saying. I'm starting a Pastor G 30-day challenge. Listen. All I can tell you is I eliminated 10 foods from my diet, and I feel like a new man. I ran up the radio steps today. I'm running around house. Yeah, I had ED, but I told my wife, you better thank God for the rest.
Praise Jesus.
Big Daddy Pastor G is on his way.
Big Daddy G is on the way back. Look, I got to tell you something, man, and all this in less than 14 days, right?
Yes. I started the product last Tuesday.
I know, it's remarkable. I mean, and the thing about this is, right, and again, I want to stress a number of things here, right? Number one, the person who held your hand and helped you through this is not even in your upline. He's not even in your upline.
But he guided me through.
But he guided you through it because that's how we roll. That's what we do. This is like...
I asked him, I said, do you know about it? Yeah. I said, do you ever take it? No. I said, do you know anything about it? No.
I got to tell you, this is one of the most rewarding things about longevity is the quality of the people that are attracted to longevity. Now, look, I got to tell you something, man. As longevity gets bigger and more successful, the longevity is like the black hole of network marketing companies, and they'll subsume 3 or 4 or 5 different companies a year. And so a couple of years from now, there's going to be a lot of things that longevity business owners can, be pitching to people in the world. But the core of longevity always has been and always will be the health message. And the people in longevity that are on that train, they're sitting in that, that cabin on the cruise line, they're sitting in the health cabin of longevity. Those are the people to hang out with, because those are the people that are really going to move and shake this along. And the people that are in this for the health message spontaneously become wealthy. They spontaneously become wealthy just by helping other people. And look, you got someone who's not even in your upline who went out of his way to help you, and those are the people that I want to hang out with. That's the kind of people I want to affiliate with. Those are the kind of people that I want to break bread with, and those are exactly the kind of people that you're going to find here. Those are exactly the kind of people that you're going to find who are insiders on my website. Those are exactly the kind of people who tune into this radio station. And but batten down the hatches, man, because the best is yet to come. And this is the way that it works. This is not magic. This is not myth. This is not mayhem. This is science-based, clinically verified biochemistry at work. It's biochemistry at work. You cannot give a plant Miracle Grow and have nothing happen to it. It's going to get bigger. It's going to change in a positive direction. Well, exactly the same thing happens with longevity. And if you've experienced this much positive change in 2 weeks, I got to tell you, the future, Pastor, looks very, very
under me
bright
already.
Indeed, right? I mean, this is going to be a worldwide phenomenon before long. And as God is my witness, the only thing that's necessary here, the only thing, is to tell the truth and point. There's no obfuscation. There's no, we don't blow things out of proportion. We don't make false promises. We don't conflate or inflate anything. All we say is, look, how are you feeling? Are you happy with the state of your health? Because if you are not, I know a doctor who says you don't have to suffer from that. If I lend you this CD, if I lend you this DVD, if I point you to this radio station, if I give you this webinar, will you watch it? That's all you have to do to be successful. I'm very excited for you, Pastor Gabriel. Very, very excited. And look, I'd love to be on your radio show. I'd love to be on your radio show. You give my office a call, set it up with my office manager. That number, 855-34...
Can I say 2 more things?
Yeah.
About Darren. When I told Dan, I said, Dan, I pray one day that I'm able to bless you in a way that's going to just knock your socks off. And you know what he said?
What?
Say, you get better and get on your feet, and that is my pay.
There you go.
That just blew me away. So what I want from you, if you can, real quick, because I have the faith now, I'm going to find the money to take, you know how much I weigh, 400 pounds. Tell me, if I had all the money I needed with what I shared with you, also with the prostatitis, what do I need to take?
Okay, so, of course, you need to eliminate the 10 bad foods, number 1. Number 2, I would go to gcnlive.com and go into the area. That's the internet station that carries my radio show. You can even go to drglidden.com, and you can do a search for my old episodes. And you want to type in lymphatic breathing. because there's a breathing technique that you would benefit from if you did it for 10 minutes twice a day. It's a real easy thing to learn. And I did a radio program about it. There was a doctor I had on my show. He taught everyone how to do it. Lymphatic breathing in the radio archives of my show. So do the lymphatic breathing for 10 minutes twice a day. That's going to be a big positive factor for you moving forward. Number 3, for nutritional supplements, the easiest thing to do, the best thing for you to do would be 4 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. Right? Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 4 of those a month. It's 1 per 100 pounds per month. 4 bottles of plant-derived minerals.
Okay.
And 4 bottles of selenium. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's all you need. No kidding. I know, right?
Thank you, Doc. You're a lifesaver. I'm going to shake your hand one day. I really am.
Look forward to it, Gabriel. Look forward to meeting you in person and to forwarding Dr. Wallach's message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified, and medical nutrition grassroots movement, folks, because your neighbors, your church members, your friends, family, community members are suffering needlessly. No more secret agents. It's time to step up to the plate. All you need to do, look, is this some miracle cure for all human ills? No. Is this old-fashioned medical nutrition? No. You know what it is? Rational, science-based, clinically verified, new-fashioned medical nutrition for the masses. Boilerplate foundation medical nutrition for the masses, developed by the physician who wrote the book on medical nutrition. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Stick around. Boy, we started in hell and then we went right to heaven, huh? How about that? All this ALS nonsense, and then Pastor Gabriel comes and lights up the house. I gotta love it, man. I just love this business. Hey, Massachusetts is back. Quadina, who called yesterday, I think has a follow-up question. Hey, Quadina, thanks for calling back. You are live.
Thank you so much, Dr. Glidden. It's actually a follow-up, but now I want to take care of me a little bit.
Smart man.
My left hip is a little bit getting out of hand now. I'm 44. I think I should give you a rundown of my issue. That way you know how to help me best. I was diagnosed with the left hip arthritis in 2004, so it's been a while now. And I've always believed that I have to deal with the pain till I'm no more ready, and then they'll change it for me with titanium or whatever they call it. Until 3 months ago, I ran into Dr. Wallach on Benny Hinn's show, and then I ordered a CD and the book, and they said the rest is history. But yesterday I spoke to you about my sister's depression. Budget-wise, so I used money to buy her stuff for her. But I was having a little bit of issue, edema, swelling in the foot, and you have advice in terms of protein intake and the whole thing. So I tried to experiment by withdrawing totally, and then step by step see which one is messing with me. So I did it, and it looks like the glucogel capsule and the tangerine. But just all of a sudden, between yesterday and today, I just can't move. The pain is so severe. I want to get some Tylenol extra strength. Now I began reading the side effects. I got scared again. I said, man, these are all on the paper, and then we still have to take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the Tylenol. I wouldn't take Tylenol. I'd never take Tylenol under any circumstance would I take Tylenol. I'd take Advil in this case. I'd do Advil instead.
Advil rather, yeah. So I want to know why I take care of my pain, and then while I do my order for the digestion pack with something to get my thing going totally. I don't know what to do.
Okay, all right. Well, how much do you weigh?
I'm about, let's say
200? Okay. So now, do you have an experience in the past, Quadina, that you had a problem eating shellfish? You ever have an allergy to, shrimp or lobster or clams?
I had all those things. I never knew. The gluten was even news to me. Oatmeal was my best food, breakfast. All
right. Well, when you ate shrimp before, would you have an allergic reaction to it?
Not that I know of. No, I ate shrimp okay, and nothing comes up.
And you ate lobster okay also?
Yeah, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but
Yeah, no, you'd know. For sure you would know. All right, and you're taking the glucogel capsules or the glucogel liquid?
I did the liquid one time, but I was mixing it, and then I got the capsules. That's all I've been taking for the last 2 months since I started the capsules.
Okay. All right, and what was it that got aggravated and that you started messing around with the supplements? You got swelling in your legs, is that the deal?
Yeah. And then when I pulled up, it all went away when I stopped. And then
you stopped all the supplements and the swelling in the legs went away?
It went away, yeah.
And then you added them back one at a time, and you think it's the Beyond Tangy or the glucogel that's doing it? Yeah,
I realized it's there. I wasn't sure about the Beyond Tangy, but because you had mentioned it's very heavily loaded with different stuff, probably there's something in there. So that was coming a little bit, and I stopped. And I did the capsules, and then the swelling started, and I said, okay, so it's probably the capsules.
All right, that's interesting. Okay, so here's what I would like you to do. I want you to switch to the liquid glucogel, okay?
Right.
And at your weight, with your history, in a perfect world, you'd do 4 bottles of the liquid glucogel plus a month. 4 bottles of the liquid glucogel plus a month. It's 1 ounce 4 times a day.
1 ounce 4 times, okay.
All right, now, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you're going to need 2 canisters a month. It's going to be 1 scoop 4 times a day. You
mentioned an alternative to that the other day.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine that's causing this problem. I think it was the way that you were taking it that's causing the problem.
Okay.
So here's what I'd like you to do as a little experiment for 3 or 4 days to see, okay?
All right.
All right. So I want you, please, for 3 days in a row to do 1 scoop, 1 level scoop of Beyond Tangy Tangerine in 12 ounces of water.
12 ounces.
Just 1 time on day 1.
Okay.
And I want you to take 2 hours to drink it down.
Slowly. Okay.
All right? Now, look to see what happens to the swelling in the legs. If nothing happens, right, then on day 2, I want you to do 1 level scoop in 12 ounces of water twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And I want you to keep doing that until you're at 1 scoop in 12 ounces of water 4 times a day. And each time you make that solution, you got to take 2 hours to drink it down. Don't pound it down. We're up against the commercial break. You stick with me. I'll figure the rest of this out when we come back. All right, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, happily so. Check out the live video stream, thedrgliddenshow.tv. We have 88 people checking it out on YouTube. And how many people now in the chat room? 93. Gotta love it. I love technology. This is, in fact, how we are going to change the world. We're talking to Quadina from Massachusetts. Quadina, you still with me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Doc.
Okay, so this is what you do, right? So I don't think it's the tangy tangerine. I think you're taking it too quickly and your body's having trouble metabolizing it because your guts are in trouble because, you know, for 20, 30, 40 years you're eating all the wrong food unwittingly. So I think if you just deliver the Beyond Tangy to your body in a more dilute, slower fashion, that you'll get on the other side of this. Now, let's say you get to 3 glasses a day and your legs start to swell again, okay? Then you would just back off and do 2 glasses a day. You follow that logic?
Right.
All right. So you want to find the dose that doesn't create an aggravation, and you want to stick with that for 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then you want to press the envelope and take a little bit more, and you'll be able to tolerate it. And then press the envelope, and then you'll be able to tolerate it. Eventually, you'll be able to take the full 4-scoop dose. It might take 3, 4, 5, 6 months for you to get there, but you'll be able to get there. And I think if you just kind of go into this more slowly, that you'll get a better bang from that. The same thing, by the way, with everything else. So if I were you, once you get the liquid glucogel, I would just add 1 ounce of the liquid glucogel to each glass of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Take 2 hours to drink it, And, because you're going to need 4 ounces of the liquid glucogel, you're doing ostensibly 4 glasses of Beyond Tangy Tangerine. So that's how I would do that. But the secret here is whenever you get a negative reaction, you dilute the doses and you take it much more slowly. And also don't neglect the obvious. Oftentimes, with swelling, water retention anywhere in the body, that is a deficiency of protein in the blood. And protein deficiencies are caused by not eating enough protein or not being able to digest the protein that you are eating. So to facilitate digestion, it may be prudent for you for the next 4 to 8 weeks to take one ultimate enzyme at the beginning of every meal and make sure that at least 50% of the food that's on your plate is protein with every meal. You can have more than 50% protein, but there has to be at least 50% protein every time you eat. Take one ultimate enzyme at the very beginning of every meal. And I think if your body gets into that rhythm, I think that, things will be better for you. And it might take a week or 2 for your body to kind of get into that groove. So,
Right.
You don't get aggravations like this. Because it's like pouring lemon juice on a cut. It's going to just sting it. And so that's what's happening, I think.
How about the osteo effects?
Yes. Well, all right. So beyond osteo effects, because of your history, in a perfect world, you'd be doing 3 or 4 ounces of that a day.
Right.
3 or 4 ounces. 4 would be best. But again, now the OsteoFX, I like it best in the liquid form, not in the powdered form.
That's what I've been doing in the liquid.
Yeah. Now the OsteoFX is metabolized better if you mix it with orange juice or some type of citrus fruit.
Okay, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, orange juice. It tastes just like a creamsicle, by the way, if you do that.
Right.
Now, you may be able to drink 1 ounce of the liquid calcium mixed with 1 ounce of orange juice. You may be able just to shoot that down, like a shot of tequila or a shot of whiskey, and with no problem. Mm-hmm. So you want to try that. But if that does present a problem, and the problem that would present would be diarrhea.
Okay.
If you're good, nothing happens, then do 1 ounce 4 times a day with the last dose immediately before bed. I mean, immediately before bed. Like shoot the dose down, brush your teeth, get into bed. Okay? Now, if it does produce, diarrhea, then you're also going to need to dilute that and drink it more slowly. Now, and if that happens, you can also mix that in with the other stuff. You can just have this big cocktail of Beyond Tangy, Glucogel liquid, and OsteoFX liquid. No problem.
Okay.
And by the way, whatever else you want to put into that to make it taste good, I got no problem with.
All right. That makes sense.
As long as it's not vodka before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So you just need to mess around with the dosage schedule. Find something that your body tolerates. You know what you should be taking, right? You know what the goal is, right? 4 ounces of calcium a day, 4 scoops of Beyond Tangy Tangerine a day, 4 ounces of the liquid glucogel a day. So that's the target that you want to be striving for, but you might need to wean on up to that target, right?
Actually, yeah.
Now, in the meantime, I would go to the health food store, have somebody go to the health food store and get a homeopathic medicine. Now, your pain, I need you to tell me about the pain that you're feeling. It's in your joints or is it in your muscles that you feel it?
This is my joint, because I have bone to bone.
Okay, now when you're sitting still,
yeah,
is it painful or not painful?
So it's painful because when I do driving for a job. Now I have to stop the driving today because I couldn't sit anymore. I have to come home and lay down.
Okay, so when you start to walk and move around, does that make the pain worse or does it make it better? Or what does it do to the pain when you start to move around?
When I start to move, it's tough to take the first move. And then when I use a stick now, then when I start getting the groove, it gets better. But I'm still in pain.
Okay, all right. And when the weather changes, does it aggravate your pain? Can you Can you feel a rainstorm before it gets here because your joints start to ache more or not?
More of the cold than
Cold?
the rain. Yeah, when it's getting colder, yeah.
Okay, and if you take a hot shower or a hot bath, does that make the joint pain worse or does it make it better?
Makes it better.
Okay, so you're going to have to write this down because it's a weird Latin name, okay?
Okay.
But in the health food store or at Whole Foods, in the vitamin section, there's going to be a plastic shelf with about 50 little tubes of homeopathic medicines in them. And if you're watching on the live video stream, I'm going to hold one up. That's what it looks like. It's in a little blue tube. Looks just like that. It's in a little blue tube about the size of your index finger, your pinky finger. So you want to find the tube that says, first I'll say it and then I'll spell it. It says Rus toxicodendron on it. And you spell that R like Roger, H like Harry, U, S like Sam. R-H-U-S. Second word. T like Thomas, O, X, I. C like Charlie, O. D like David, E. N like Nancy, D like David, R like Roger, O, N like Nancy. Toxicodendron. Rus toxicodendron. If you find it in the 30C strength, 30C like Charlie, take 2 pellets 4 times a day for 4 days. If you find it in the 200C or the 200CK strength, take 2 pellets twice a day for 4 days and see whether or not it produces a noticeable and measurable positive change. If it does, you call me back on day 5 and I'll tell you what to do next. All right?
Appreciate that. Can you quickly give me my sister's dosage? She weighs 132 pounds for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's one bottle of Tangy Tangerine is 1 level scoop twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
1 bottle of the calcium is 1 ounce a day.
Okay.
And any of the capsules, you divide the number of days in the month into the number of capsules in the bottle and take that many capsules a day.
Okay.
So I can't remember how many bottles I told you to give her yesterday, but that's how you do the math. It's really pretty easy. And by the way, I have a whole webinar on my website that explains how to do that. Okay? So become an insider, check it out, and forward the cause. Hey, you're the greatest, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. We're rolling out an affiliate program very shortly, so stay tuned. Guadina, I have to move on. The phones are jacked today. I appreciate you very much. Keep up the good work in my old stomping ground, Massachusetts. Minnesota is up next. Hey, Valerie, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi. I'm so thankful I got through.
Yeah, here I am. What's going on?
All right. I'm looking for advice for my daughter to help regenerate her body.
How old is she?
She is 22, and at the age of 4, her thyroid stopped working. And then at the age of 7, she was diagnosed with diabetes type 1.
Yikes.
And then at the age of 8, she started having seizures, which has turned into severe epilepsy. And so that explains everything.
Yeah. Do you know, have you been listening to this show, or have you heard the testimonial that Dave and his family up in Michigan have? Well, they have a daughter. She's in her early 20s. She was having, I think, 20 seizures a day. Mm-hmm. A day. And after a couple of months on longevity, they're completely gone. I mean, she doesn't have any more.
Good.
I mean, she's ecstatic, right? So,
we also did a surgery, which we should not have done, but too late now.
For what?
Removed her right temporal lobe.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
They actually went in and removed half of her brain.
Yes, I know.
I hate it when that happens. Okay, so will your daughter be compliant with what I tell her to take?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so what's her current body weight?
124.
Okay, so here's what I would do every month. And I would do this as an experiment for 3 months to look to see a noticeable, measurable, positive change somewhere. It's got to be dramatic, and it's got to be positive somewhere in her body mind. And once we get traction somewhere, we dig in for the long haul, and, we look to see slow and steady improvement over time, and that's kind of how we do it. So the recommendation for her would be every month, one Healthy Body Start Pack, 2.0 liquid. So it's a long name. It's called the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One of those a month. One bottle of multi-EFAs per month. One bottle of multi-EFAs per month. Okay. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month. SELENIUM. 3 bottles of that a month. Okay. And 1 bottle of Cherry-Mins, CHERI-MINS, 1 bottle of Cherry-Mins a month. Now, that's what she needs for supplements. That's what I would do to support and promote a healthy central nervous system and endocrine system. In addition to that, of course, right, you, me, and her, and the man in the moon, and everybody in the world needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods. And she would also benefit from eating a diet that's high in cholesterol, because that's what her central nervous system is made from, and that's what needs support here mostly. You can get the list of the 10 bad foods for free on my website if you don't have it already. That's how we do it. And please, Valerie, call me back on a regular basis with an update, because I'm very interested in what happens here. Interesting comment from the chat room here. Kathy says, Doc, isn't it true that people who are underweight and elderly shouldn't be operated on? Yes, that's true. My 85-pound mother got hip replacement surgery and didn't do well at all. I was quite surprised that the surgeon would do it. I'm not, because remember, when you're king, you can screw up and there's no harm and no foul. So, they do the hip replacement surgery because they can, and then when it fails, they wash their hands, walk it off, and, the next day they're in the operating room doing it again. They don't care. There are no consequences. There's no harm and there's no foul when they screw up, which they do all of the time. Steve from Utah has been waiting patiently. Hey, Steve, thanks for the call. You are live. Come in, Utah. Steve.
Hi,
Steve.
Lee.
I know you're there. Come on in.
I'm Lee.
Lee. All right, my producer wrote it down wrong. Hello, Lee from Utah. Thanks for the call.
Hi. I have one of our adopted daughters. We got her at birth. She was a product of an alcoholic and drug addict mother.
Yeah.
She never held food down for 6 months. I got her leveled out a little bit there, but she's been to the hospital many times over the years. Didn't find anything, but finally they came up with something, and so they said, "Oh, you got to remove your gallbladder." Well, I've got her on longevity now, but recently, this last month, she started having panic attacks.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering what might be a possible suggestion for that.
More liquid calcium. And if she's not taking the liquid calcium, you want to switch from the powder to the liquid calcium. I would give her, 1 bottle of the liquid calcium per 100 pounds per month. And then for 1 or 2 months, 1 extra bottle of the white liquid calcium per month. So I would increase her dose by 1 bottle of white liquid calcium a month. And you want to spread those doses out over the day. Make sure she gets 1 of the liquid calcium doses immediately before bed. And also, if we suspect a gallbladder issue, then give 2 of the Ultimate Daily capsules 3 times a day. 2 of the Ultimate Daily capsules 3 times a day. That will go a long way towards helping the gallbladder to adjust its structure and function. Extra plant minerals is never a bad idea for anybody, especially if there's an extreme history of, malnutrition because, the mother was an addict, or when it did the first couple of years of their life, they were just in a bad household, right? So whenever that type of a history is in play, it's never a bad idea to overdo it with the plant-derived minerals, right, or the cherry mints. It's the same product, just with a little cherry flavor added to give it a little more gusto. But that's what I would do. Now, if the anxiety persists after you've added the calcium, then it's probably not a physiological problem, but a mental problem. And kind of like a socialization problem right now. So if the liquid calcium does nothing for the anxiety, which I would be quite surprised, frankly, if it did nothing, then my advice to you would be to find a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, NLP. Find somebody in Utah who practices NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and take the child to them for a couple of sessions, because often NLP sessions, which are fun, easy, non-invasive, it's just kind of like talk therapy, they can really help to reprogram the central nervous system so it doesn't have that knee-jerk anxiety reaction that it used to. And that's kind of a hard, it's kind of like in one rut. You're driving on the beach in heavy sand and you're in a rut, and it's hard to jump out of that rut to get somewhere else. Well, neuro-linguistic programming can really help to jump those tracks if it's necessary. Oftentimes, extra calcium is really the only thing that's needed, Steve. I appreciate your patience, appreciate your trust, I appreciate your stand for the health of others. And this is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the company that you can keep. Health-conscious, open-minded, progressive, compassionate, caring people. Want to join that club? You're nuts if you don't. Visit the website. Get with the person who showed you about this radio show, or call the number that your radio station is giving out to join Longevity Nation.